All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to Mastering Marketing. My name is Ben Sturdivant. I'm the Chief Operating and Chief Marketing Officer with Elite CEOs. We are here every Tuesday, Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Time to help you master marketing. We cover all different types of topic, everything from lead generation all the way through, boosting your conversions and sales on the back end and everything in between. We do spend a lot of time talking about some of the more intricate details on lead nurturing. That's probably the biggest thing that contributes to closing sales. So if you've been on past Mastering Marketing, we tend to focus more on that. So also, I will say this, we're streaming to multiple places all over Facebook and LinkedIn, YouTube. So if you do have a question, you can type it in down below and it should feed all of those questions that I get into my chat here. If I don't have a chance to cover today, I probably won't because I try to keep these short so we don't overwhelm people. I will get back to your questions as soon as I can. Okay, so feel free to type those in. So today what we're going to be talking about is using text in your marketing. And you're going to see me reference probably a few times as I'm going today. Our software, Elite360, that we launched back in February of 2022. It's what we are transitioning our entire multi-million-dollar company to. It's our exclusive product that we created for our customers and clients. We push all of our clients here. You can go to tryelite360.com and get a 7-day free trial. It's basically an all-in-one software. So you're going to see me referencing that and showing you how to use some tools inside the system. Okay. But what I'm going to do is just kind of run you through an overview of the ways that we use text. I'll talk about some strategy and how I recommend that you use text. And then I'll show you some actual examples inside of our workflows. Okay. Okay. So text marketing, why? Well, obviously, let me say this first and foremost. Email marketing is not dead. If you are not using email to nurture your leads, if you're not driving all of your marketing efforts to some sort of CRM where you can capture leads, you're crazy. Okay, you are flirting with danger. I do a lot of audits for businesses, and it scares me the number of people who they're having organic conversations with thousands of leads a month, and they literally only capture people that book calls with them, which is probably, if they're really good at that organic messaging and organic strategies, probably 20% of the people that they're talking to. So there's a lot of wasted effort or a wasted revenue in their marketing process because they don't have any way to follow up with those people other than a manual post. And if all you're doing is relying on social media to reach your followers, again, you're flirting with danger. You're starting to see this happen. You saw it happen on Facebook. Your reach is nothing in Facebook groups anymore. You're seeing it happen or you saw it happen on Facebook business pages back in the old days, because I'm the old guy. We used to be able to do a Facebook post on our business page, and 90% of our followers would see it in their newsfeed. Now it's less than probably 5%, probably more like 1%, if you're lucky, if you have really good engagement on your business page. The same thing is starting to happen with Instagram right now, where you used to have great reach and exposure, and now you're not seeing it anymore. And there's a lot of distraction because the algorithm has changed in Instagram. They're starting to share feeds from people that you don't follow. So you're having a lot more competition. So your reach is getting less and less and less. Why? Because they want you to pay for it. Okay, so eventually you're going to have to pay to boost posts, which you can do. But bringing people into your own ecosystem and being able to reach them in multiple ways is critical. Okay. And so we obviously continue to use email. We send emails all the time. If you've been a part of our ecosystem at all, you probably have gotten sick of the emails that we send. But we have a really big email list, hundreds of thousands of people. So we need to send out a lot in order to find the people at the right time so that they can they can see our message. But it's really all about nurturing. It's all about touching people and helping them, providing value, and at the same time making sure that they have an opportunity to work with us if they want to, right? And that's your ultimate goal. Text messaging adds another dimension to that. Now, I want to say this first and foremost. You should never use text messaging to try to replace email, and you shouldn't use it in the same capacity that you use email. Let me explain why. we send out with our marketing system last month with our clients in our Elite360 system about 750,000 emails. We had a 99% deliverability, had about a 50% open rate, which is really, really, really good. I'd say the industry wide, in email, you're probably lucky to get an average of 20% email open rate. Again, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do email. You absolutely should. What I'm saying though, is texting has over a 99% open rate, usually 90 to 99%. It will not always be that way. It's already starting to happen. You probably have noticed this if you have an iPhone. You can now label text messages as spam. And the more spam complaints you get, the less messages are going to reach those people. So providers are starting to block, like Verizon, AT&T, Sprint. They're starting to block marketers from even sending messages. And so the reason is because people are abusing it. So the way that we recommend using text message is a supplement. It's to connect. It's great with clients. You can use it a lot with clients. You'll get, you'll have a lot of great results. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. But ultimately what you're using it for is a supplement. So let's talk first about using it with lead generation. Or actually, I shouldn't even say lead generation. I should say lead nurturing. All right, because that's obviously, what most of you have the hardest time with is getting people to engage with your business. Okay, so let me show you an example. This is our Elite360 system, like I was telling you about, and you have the ability with our system. Let me go into the lead generation workflow. So let's say, for example, you've got a Facebook ad or something you're driving traffic to, and whether it's driving them to a page where they're submitting a form on your site, or you've got like a Facebook lead form where they fill it out directly on Facebook, and that can link directly into our system. The very first message that we text, this is just a demo account. So this is just some placeholder texting, but you can put whatever you want in here. But notice that it's not a really long explanation of anything. In the example email, this would be a longer, who we are, here's the link to your stuff. You can definitely link back to their, let's say your BSL page or, whatever comes after your opt-in, right? They've already opted in, whatever you want to send them to fire that lead pixel or whatnot. That's what's in here, okay? Now, as you go through our lead nurture strategy, you see here, they get their welcome email, we wait a day, we send another welcome email. There isn't another text sent, okay? After this, we move them into our nurture campaign. And our main nurture, this is when we'll do probably a text every month, maybe two, okay, to the people who are on our list here. We classify these as a cold lead, meaning they didn't bite on our lead magnet. So in our lead magnet campaign that we had there, we try to push people to schedule a call. And if they don't do that, we just move them into our main list. And now they're getting a nurture sequence that's going to send them emails over a period of time. And then what we're going to do is maybe once, maybe twice a month, we're going to send out an email or a text blast. And if you're using the Elite360 system, you have these as a template in your system. These are all pre-built for you. You just customize them. So you're getting basically what I'm showing you right now. And it's very simple to do. We'll go in and we'll go into our contacts, again, just a demo account, select all the contacts we want to send, and you can sort by, you can create smart lists, and you can, change however you want to, segment it. We'll select them all, and then just click this little button. We can send a text, and I can fill it out. I can send it all at once. I can do it in drip mode, which I highly recommend. And this is what I was going to get at, why I wanted to show you this. If you're sending out more than 100 messages, right, to more than 100 people, text messages, I would highly recommend using drip mode, and do it in maybe batches of 10 every 5 minutes. So you would do, 10 every 5 minutes. Maybe even boost it up to 10 minutes just to give it some cushion. Why? Because as a marketer, you don't want the provider saying, hey, this is a spammer, right? Because there's going to be more and more of that. So it becomes really important that you start to do this. We teach the same strategy in our email marketing. That's why our system has such a high deliverability rate and has such a high open rate and click-through rate for that matter. Hundreds of thousands of emails we're sending, and getting over a 50% click-through rate or open rate is really, really impressive. And the reason is because we teach people to do it right. We don't teach people to upload bad lists and just spam them. By the way, you should never do that. You should never text anyone who didn't opt into something. Okay, now some of you, that brings me back to another thing. For some of you, you may not be asking for their phone number. We do now. On all of our opt-ins, we ask for name, email, phone. Now, yes, they can put in fake information. However, they got to put in a legitimate phone number because in the Elite360 system, we have in our forms, here I'll show you an example. Let me go into the main offer template, and there's an opt-in. This is just a demo account, just a template, but see there's a little validation right here. So it has to be a legitimate number. Now they could put in a legitimate area code and a fake 555-1234. There's nothing we can do about that. However, we put it on all of our forms. The reason that we do that is we want a higher quality lead. Could we get more leads with just email? We've tested it, believe it or not, we can get maybe 2 to 3% more, 5% max. I haven't seen a major with our personal marketing. Now your industry, your niche may be different, so I can't guarantee that. I don't know. But when it comes to lead nurturing, that initial text that they get really is critical because most people are going to most of your emails are going to go to their spam. Guys, I've audited thousands and thousands of businesses over the last 4 years, and I can tell you without a shred of doubt, people who have used ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft, HubSpot, MailChimp, the biggest email CRMs in the world, 100% of those people, when I audit their marketing funnels, I opt in on their page, just as a lead would, 100% of them either end up in my promotions or my spam folder. And the reason is because I've never received an email from you, and most likely your email is not set up properly. It's probably set up and riddled with a bunch of links and a bunch of images to make it look professional. And that's, Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail, they see it as an advertiser, and they're going to put you in the promotions folder or the spam folder. So what we used our texting for is really, it's a great opportunity for you to bring attention. Hey, look out for the email that I sent you. Like, let's say, for example, you're delivering a lead magnet that's, access to a course or something. Hey, check your spam folder, check your promotions folder. We shot you an email with your login instructions. That's going to help twofold. Number one, it's going to connect you with that lead. Number two, it's going to make sure that they open that email. As soon as they open that email, as soon as they click on it, boom, you're going to start ending up in their inbox again. That is so huge. And it tells the email providers that you're good. So again, we're using that in our lead generation as a supplement. Okay. The next place that we use it, or, as a supplement for lead nurturing. So again, we're doing, I would say day one, right? And then we'll do 1 to 2 times per month after that. And those 1 to 2 times per month are just, they're direct call to actions. Hey, maybe mirror along with your 2 steps. If you don't know what 2 steps are, basically it's just, you're providing some value. Hey, if you want my free training on how to do this, shoot me a DM with this word. And so maybe to make it easier on you, anytime you're going to do a 2-step, you can do a text, and that's essentially what we do. So maybe make that your plan of action. Okay. So the next way that we use it, obviously, is with book calls. By the way, let me show you guys a really effective strategy that we use. Let me open up the full screen here so you can see this. I'm going to show you a way that we use the texting to really separate ourselves. I'll use Curtis here as an example. Please respect his privacy and don't click on any, don't reach out to him. So this is a text message. These are automated text messages when someone becomes an Elite360 customer, okay? And we have, we're using it for book calls as well. We're using it for when people, when we have clients who are using it when they join their team. I'm just using me as an example. So when someone becomes a customer, we have a little automation that fires off in the Elite360 system, and it shoots them this text message that just said, "Hey, I want to personally welcome you. Thought you'd get a kick out of this." And there's this image that obviously has his first name on there. Now, doesn't it look like that I personally created that image for him, right? That's the point. I did not, okay? What I did was I created an image. In our system, we have a training that shows you how to do this. Our system automatically puts his name on there. I cannot tell you the number of people that reply back to me, hey, thank you for the warm welcome. We do the same thing with our voicemail drop. You can see the voicemail drop right there. So in terms of boosting things like your retention with your product, or your show up rate with your book calls, this is a huge strategy, and that's where we use it, right? So we give like a obviously there's a confirmation text, and then we've got a 24-hour reminder, then we have a 1-hour reminder. Those are the ways that we're using text with our book calls, okay? And they mirror email, so they're actually getting both. And I can actually, I could show you an example of that. Let me get back into the demo account here. So go to automation, here's book call. Again, we give you these workflows. These are done and created for you. So someone books a call, all the moving around in stages, that's what some of this technical stuff is. You don't have to worry about that. There's the text, fires. Again, it's got all the appointment stuff in here. You don't have to create these. These are all done for you. And then the email, again, it's the appointment confirmation. That's the immediate, what they get immediately. Then there's the 24-hour reminder, 24-hour text reminder. Then we wait for 1 hour before. Then you could do another email and then another text reminder. I also recommend that people do a voicemail drop. So for those of you who are on the Elite360 system, absolutely do this. You just come up here, upload a recording of your voice. And if you don't know how to do that, you can actually, I believe you can do this with like Loom. I think you could just record audio and then download like the MP3 file and then upload that. And that's that can be your voice recording, and I would make it like super customized. And you could even do the same thing with text. Like you could set it to do, to send out, maybe like 30 minutes, or 32 minutes before the appointment. And if you could make your text that personalized and say, hey, just want to shoot you a reminder, let you know that, our appointment's coming up in about 32 minutes. I just wanted to give you a quick call, or I just want to shoot you a quick text. That can have a huge impact on your show up ratios. Okay. Your show up percentages. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do with text, is to optimize, right? To get as much out of it as we can. All right. And then obviously, the last place to use it is with your client journey. So you enroll someone in your program, and now you want to, obviously you want them to access your information. I think that's, pretty obvious. Okay. By the way, let me go back real quick. In addition to the main, workflow that we give you for someone booking a call, we also give you, if they canceled the call, they don't show up, or maybe they're not ready, or they do a deposit, and you can utilize text in all of those as well. Okay. I just wouldn't overuse it in the lead nurturing, because you're going to have a lot more of those. When someone books a call, once someone is your client, you can use texting a lot to help them, or to nurture them. Okay. So we give you a main client journey. It's over it's a 12-week program. You don't have to worry about all the fancy looking stuff, but welcome email, text. There's a 2-week check-in text. I would add more. This is just an example, just a demo account, but you can see, you can automate this whole journey process, but the texting, and again, same with voicemail drops. It's a great way to nurture leads. And that's ultimately what I wanted to get across to you guys today. It's all about lead nurture. It's all about connecting with people as many times as you can. Am I saying that you should never do organic marketing? No, you absolutely should. What I'm saying is you want to get those people in your ecosystem as fast as you possibly can, okay? As quickly as you possibly can. So if you're messaging with people, you're having, back and forth conversations, you should be asking for things like, They're, sending them to something that's going to get them to give you their contact information. Our Elite360 system has a cool little feature to it. Let me pull up our actual Elite CEO's account. This is where our messengers are in here having massive conversations with lots and lots of people. I don't want to screw up any of their flows or anything. But at any point in our system, if somebody asks us, or if we ask them for their name or their email or phone number, if they give it to us, it will automatically appear in the system. Let me show you an example. Maybe this person came from a Facebook ad. This might be they went directly. It looks like they went directly to the page. So that's probably not a good example because they opted in. But let me see here. Let me expand this out. I am lead. There's another one. There we go. Nope. These are all leads that are going straight to the page. There's thousands of them in here, so obviously we're not going to sift through all of them, but I just wanted to give you guys an example. So there are situations where you can ask for their name or their email and phone number, and it'll automatically import them into our system, which is pretty cool. But I'm not going to sort through all these. There's just too many people, but I think you get the point. Okay. So that's what I have for you today. Lead nurturing, book calls, client journey, and again, be careful using it up here and go for it. Right. And so I would be cautious with lead nurturing, and then you can go crazy with it with the book calls and the client journey. If you're not using Elite360, what are some options? Be careful about where you go, because there you can spend a lot of money. And I'm not sure, there's a lot of technology that's involved. We used to use simple texting, very expensive. We pay like a fourth of what we used to per text, here than we did before. But you'll have to set up a bunch of zaps. So when someone fills out a form, you'll have to zap them in. You'll have to create different campaigns. It's a little more complicated, but it can be done. I believe Active Campaign might have an add-on, but I think it's pretty expensive. Same thing with Kajabi. I think it's pretty expensive. So just be careful with that. But other than that, I mean, you should be using it. If you're not using texting right now, you're missing out on percentages of business. That's all it comes down to. Is it a make it or break it thing? No. I have seen people succeed and, make a significant amount of money per month with just their calendar booking link. And that's all they have. They don't have a back-end marketing system. They don't have any of that stuff. So if you are an absolute beast when it comes to organic messaging and lead generation, and you are ridiculously thorough with your follow-up and you don't need a CRM, and you're fantastic with sales, you could probably do very well with just that. In my experience, over 95% of the people are not like that. So it's not that back-end marketing systems or things like that replace you. Texting is not going to replace you, right? It's not going to be the end all be all to your business. What it's going to do is help your business be more productive. It helps it optimize. And that's my entire job with our company, is to help us get more out of the same traffic and stuff that we have going on. So hopefully that was useful to you guys. I appreciate you spending some time with me. Again, if you do have any questions, I don't see any popping in here, but if you do have any questions, feel free to type them in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Thursday.